away, I want y'all to hear the names today. Darren, Mack from Freedom Agenda is going to help lead us in some names.
So, when I say this person's name who lost their life, then you just repeat after me. 26 people lost their lives since this man took office. One of the bloodiest years since Rikers Island been open. Charles Youngblood.
Charles Youngblood.
George Pagan.
George Pagan.
Herman Diaz.
Herman Diaz.
Deshaun Carter.
Deshaun Carter.
Mary Yahuda.
Mary Yahuda.
Emmanuel Sullivan.
Emmanuel Sullivan.
Antonio Bradley.
Antonio Bradley.
Annabelle Carrasquillo.
Annabelle Carrasquillo.
Albert Dry.
Albert Dry.
Elijah Muhammad.
Elijah Muhammad.
Michael Lopez.
Michael Lopez.
Ricardo Cruciano.
Ricardo Cruciano.
Michael Nieves.
Michael Nieves.
Kevin Bryant.
Kevin Bryant.
Gregory Acevedo.
Gregory Acevedo.
Robert Pondexter.
Robert Pondexter.
Eric Tavira.
Eric Tavira.
Gilberto Garcia.
Gilberto Garcia.
Edgardo Miejes.
Edgardo Miejes.
Marvin Pines.
Marvin Pines.
Ruby Zhao.
Ruby Zhao.
Joshua Velez.
Joshua Velez.
Felix Taveras.
Felix Taveras.
Ricky Howell.
Ricky Howell.
William Johnstone.
William Johnstone.
And Curtis Davis.
And Curtis Davis.
Now we say their names because many times elected officials fail to. We say their names because DOC sometimes doesn't even value their family members to give them a response. Earlier this year, we actually had attorneys for Joshua stand before you on this corner outside of City Hall and tell the city that DOC did not even have the courtesy, compassion, or empathy to let his family know he was now deceased. And yet, last week at the BOC meeting, Commissioner Molina on the record stated DOC tells every family when someone dies. That's a lie. He's a liar. How many more lies do we have to hear from Commissioner Molina and Mayor Adams as people die? We held up signs that Sarita helped make for us. What they said, Molina lies, people die. DOC lies, people die. Enough is enough. We all have jobs and lives to live and do as productive citizens of New York. We don't want to be out here screaming. We don't want to have to galvanize at emergency situations, but we do it because we can. Many times we have never even met the people that we advocate for, but we do it because we are New Yorkers. We do it because this is domestic soil. We do it because if we don't do it, who's going to do it? I don't see an elected official. I don't see Mayor Adams. I don't see Commissioner Molina. So if we don't do it, who's going to do it? If we don't show up to tell the media about it, who's going to inform you on the stories that you produce? Because for years, we were your eyes and ears behind the wall. Let's talk about it. And for years, we had to beg you to come and hear the people's plight because it wasn't good enough. The story wasn't juicy enough. Well, my God, 7 people in 2023, is that juicy enough for you? Is that going to make the 5 o'clock, the 7 o'clock, the 10 o'clock news? How many more must die before it's highlighted as a dire need, as a public health safety concern? This is a public health crisis. How many people died this year that had mental health concerns? Do you know? How many people died this year that was in specialized units and Rikers? Do you know? Because each specialized unit is supposed to have more staff, more access to medical, more officers responding. So how many have died this year? I'm not going to ask you about last year or the year before because there's many. But this year, do your homework. Do you know? And if not, why not? are your community members. Someone has died this year from every aspect of our city. I couldn't even go on a business trip last year in August without having another death. It's getting to the point that every weekend we fear who will be next. My God, the numbers, the data is there. We are incarcerating our most vulnerable in our community. And if someone is in a mental health crisis, jail is not going to fix their issue. Jail in the summertime without AC, access to water, and bare necessities is going to heighten one's crisis rather than de-escalate it. Where's Edwin? Come on. Edwin from Freedom Agenda. Please welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I want to do something real quick. If you are a human being, please raise your hand. If you are a human being, please raise your hand. Look around. Now put it in a fist. Look to the person next to you. Now put it down. My name is Edwin Santana. I'm a community organizer for Freedom Agenda. And I am a survivor of Rikers Island. And yes, I am a human being. Today we mourn another life that was lost and died while in the custody of the DOC. And I'm here to tell you that I believe that Mayor Adams does not care at all. I'm gonna say that one more time for all of y'all, for all y'all media that's here today. Mayor Adams does not care. He does not care about the human beings on Torture Island. He doesn't care about the families of those who lost their lives and their loved ones to the Torture Island. And he certainly doesn't give a damn about none of us right here.
Talk about it.
He does not care about any one of us right here. Let's be clear. These names are not names. These names are individuals. They are human beings. So, why do I believe that he doesn't care? It's simple. If he cared, he would fight to speed up the implementation of the borough-based plan. Let me say that again. If he cared, he will implement it. He will implement the borough-based plan that we so hard and long fought for. We did that. Advocates. Individuals who cared. We did that because we cared. Also, if he cared, he would shut down Rikers Island, he would sink the boat, and he would truly care to decarcerate New York City. Yes. Mayor Adams does not care. Let's make that clear. Instead of doing his job, he wants to party with celebrities. He wants to tell people we don't know what we're talking about. And he also wants to pull the race card where he doesn't feel like answering a simple question. So Mayor Adams, I tell you right now, you sold out the people who voted for you.
Yes.
You sold out your faith.
Yes.
You sold out every single New Yorker that's here today. Action speaks louder than words.
Yes.
Rikers Island cannot be reformed. Rikers Island cannot be fixed. You cannot throw money at Rikers Island. It has been done before, right? Let's do something new. Let's change the system. Implement the borough-based plan. It's a plan that we fought for. We've done this. We put the footwork in on this, right? And every one of y'all raised your hand, and even the media raised your hand when you said that, when I asked if you was a human being.
Sorry.
So if you're a human being, you should care. Where's those emotions coming from your elected officials? Coming from the mayor? Dr. V says when Molina lies, people die. Why is that? That is sickening. That is disgusting that we have to stand up here every single week and say that. Mayor Adams, come here right now. Come talk with us. We're ready for this conversation. If you cared, but guess what? We know that you do not care. Let's decarcerate New York City. By what? Shutting down Rikers Island, shutting down the boat.
Close Rikers.
Let's close Rikers now. Peace and blessings. Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Let me just remind everyone, We formed when no one was comfortable speaking out on their own. We formed when every CBO was concerned about their funding rather than actually bringing to light what was truly occurring. So I don't care who's going to get mad at me for saying this. I'm going to keep it 100%. We formed because people needed us. And I know y'all might think I'm crazy. I look a little different. I'm an African spiritualist, and that's what it is. But I also am a chaplain. I also am a former nurse. I also did comprehensive therapy. And I also have done monitoring for those with serious mental illness on Rikers Island. I gave you 4 positions that I've done over the last 2 decades behind the walls. So I know what I'm saying. When I speak, listen to me. When I speak for my community members. Hear us. We are tired of being abused in the street, hunted down by police, and thrown into barbaric situations and conditions where our elders and our leaders say, wait for your day in court, it will be all right. It is not all right. Because we died the night before our court date. Look it up last year. It is not all right. When over 80% of the women in Rosie's right now has a mental health concern. It is not all right. When we know women are still being sexually assaulted and abused, but at every DOC meeting, we only hear about the officer's plight. I'm not erasing that, that's their fight. But I'm here to speak about those who don't have a union representative. I'm here to speak about those who don't have access to their loved ones on visiting day. I'm here to speak about those who don't have access to a judge because they aren't taken to court when they're supposed to. I'm here to speak about those who are hidden, out of sight, even when electors go do those fancy Rikers visits. Because they don't go to the right units. They don't go down the right halls. They don't speak to the right workers. So it's all fluff. I'm here for those people.
Yes. Our sisters and brothers on Rikers are not perfect, but they are not their mistakes. Our sisters and brothers on Rikers are not perfect, but they are not their mistakes. People who have lost their lives have not even got a condolences or phone call from the department. Does that not speak volumes?
Yes.
Why are we here?
Justice.
No, we are not perfect, but we are not our mistakes. I'm going to say that again. No, we are not perfect, but we are not our mistakes. As in the words of Fred Hampton, I'm telling you that right now we're living in an infectious society. I'm telling you that we're living in a sick society right now. And anybody that endorses integrated into a sick society before it's cleaned up is a man who's committing a crime against the people. Some people say you fight fire best with fire, but we say you put out fire best with water. We said you don't fight racism with racism. We're going to fight racism with solidarity. We say you don't fight capitalism with black capitalism. You fight capitalism with socialism. Knowing that our plight is the same plight as the people in the valley, knowing that our enemies are on the mountain and our family and friends are in the valley, and even though it's nice to be on the mountaintop, we're going to go back to the valley because we understand that there's work to be done in the valley. And when we get through with this work in the valley, we're going to go to that mountaintop. I said we're going to go to that mountaintop because there's a man on that mountaintop that's been playing king. He's been leading us on, and we've got to go to that mountaintop, not for the purpose of living life like he lives, his lifestyle. That's not it. We got to go on that mountaintop to make that man